back to my channel. My name is Drea. If you are new, welcome. I would love for you to subscribe. If you are returning, welcome back. I am so excited to be back because I took a little long break from YouTube. I was posting very randomly, and now I can finally explain to you guys why I've been away and what's been taking a lot of my time. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about because I haven't really spoken about it here, but I wanted to finally share with you guys what I have been working on for almost a year now. In the beginning of this year, one of my best friends and I decided to come together to create Link the Label, and Link the Label is basically where everyday luxury meets transparent pricing. If you're an old subscriber of mine, you know that I used to mention that I used to always buy my gold jewelry off of Etsy because it's the only place that I could find gold-filled jewelry at a pretty reasonable price. I always found that the jewelry that normal retailers or more well-known businesses sold was A, completely and ridiculously overpriced, and B, the quality was just not there for me. And whether it was affordable or expensive, I found that my jewelry was always turning on me. And I live a pretty active lifestyle. I don't have the time, the patience, and I don't want to be taking and putting on my jewelry every time I go work out. Like, if I do want to wear my jewelry to work out, I should be able to. And the issue that I ran into when buying from Etsy shops was that I was scrolling and hunting through like 15 different Etsy shops just to find one chain, a ring in another one, and a bracelet in another one. So I figured I was probably not the only one going through this, and we decided to create Link the Label. We wanted to make a one-stop shop where you could buy all of your go-to gold jewelry pieces that you can wear every single day, that not only aligned with our active lifestyles, but also were transparently priced, which in my opinion is really hard to find now in the fashion industry. I would say as far as Link goes, about 95% of our pieces are certified gold filled, and we chose to work with gold filled because we find that it gives the ideal balance between quality and value. Really quickly, if you don't know what gold filled is, it's basically the closest that you're gonna get to buying something that is solid gold as far as quality goes, but without the traditional price tag of gold. So major brands in our industry mark up their products anywhere between 8 to 10 times the actual cost of the piece. And we want to do things differently at Linked and make luxury everyday pieces accessible to everyone. One of the things that really just blew my mind when we started doing the industry research was that the average consumer wears a piece around 7 times before tossing it. This of course contributes to making the fashion industry the second largest pollutant in the world. And we want to do our part to minimize our footprint as much as possible because I'm super guilty of this. I used to buy a lot of fast fashion clothes, a lot of shoes, a lot of jewelry, and I just found myself always having to repurchase anything that I would buy that I knew wasn't of high quality. I always just got a few wears out of it, and I figured I would spend a little bit more money but on things that are much better quality and just not have to repurchase so many things. Because we are a small business and we're only a team of 2, we don't actually have full control over our manufacturers right now and the way that they work, but we do have control over the materials and the way that we choose to work and run our business. By using only high quality materials, we can ensure that we will create timeless styles that are going to stand the test of time and that are not going to need to be tossed or replaced within just a few wears. Of course, our goal is to one day have complete control over our manufacturers and have our own manufacturers to make sure that we know exactly how our business is run, and just focusing on making really high quality and styles that are not going to go out of style within a few months. That way we don't have to be constantly repurchasing pieces, and our pieces will last us for many, many years. So like I mentioned, at Link we work mostly with gold filled unless we are limited by the way that the pieces are produced. So because gold filled is processed through something called pressure bonding, you can't make every single thing in gold fill. So chains you can make some pendants, you can make some earrings, but there are some other more intricate pendants or some rings or pieces that have cubic zirconias that are not able to be made in gold filled, and those are the only pieces that we'll ever add into our collection because we can't replace them with something that is gold filled. But as far as our clasps, our chains, like any big pieces, that is all gold filled. And we also disclaim every single material that we use on our pieces in our website under the product description, so you can check exactly what materials make up your piece, and that way you can take care of it accordingly. As far as all of the gold filled chains that we use for our necklaces and our bracelets, we use only certified gold filled which by FTC standards requires the layer of gold to be at least 5% of the total weight of the piece. So this gives it a really, really thick layer that it's going to last really long and it's going to be really durable and protect your piece. And when we're not able to work with gold filled for some of our pendants, then we work with really heavy gold plating, which can also be called gold vermeil, and that has to have at least 2.5 microns of gold, which is the next step down from gold filled, and we try to work with that as much as we can when we can't work with gold fill. If you don't know what material your jewelry is, chances are it's probably gold plating or gold vermeil. So gold plating, I feel like, is the most common material that is used, especially in like fast fashion pieces. Also all over Nordstrom and really big retailers, they use gold plated a lot because it's very easy to work with. You can make a lot of like fashionable designs and it's cheap. But the problem with that is that it starts to turn your fingers purple and green and starts to come off, and it can scrape, it can crack, it can chip, and it's just not what you want for your jewelry. Gold plating only requires 0.05% of the layer of gold to be part of the whole piece. So that means that gold filled actually has 100 times at least as much gold as gold plating does. So that should just give you an idea of how much longer a gold filled piece is going to last over gold plating. So whether you choose to buy from Linked or not, if you can take anything from this video, is to look at what you're buying. So don't be fooled by the price tag. Just because it's more expensive, it doesn't mean that it's better quality. This happens so much. I've seen gold plated jewelry be higher priced than gold filled. So make sure in the future when you are buying jewelry, you always ask or check on the website what materials they are using. If it is gold plated, like the entire piece is gold plated, if you plan on wearing that long term, it's not going to last no matter the price tag, no matter how good they say it is. If it's gold plated, it's going to turn on you. And you can also go ahead, if you've already bought your jewelry pieces, or even when you go to the store, you can check for marks or stamps on your pieces. So our necklaces and anything that has a clasp will say 14 karat GF. So that means 14 karat gold filled. It can also say 14/20. That is the same thing. So whenever we use anything that's all gold filled, it should, by FTC standards, come with a stamp. So that way you know that it is certified gold fill. The same way that gold works, if you're buying anything that's solid gold, it will say 10K, 14K, 18K, and that way you know exactly what you're buying, and it has to legally have that amount of gold in the piece. So at Linked, we make sure that we test every single chain that we buy. We test all of our rings, all of our earrings, everything that we put for sale before it actually gets approved. We test it for an entire month, and we don't take it off for that entire month to make sure it wears well and it's not going to turn on you. If for whatever reason you do have an issue with your piece, we're really good at resolving any issues for you. We also make everything by hand, and we do it ourselves and ship it out ourselves. So we double check every single piece before it ships out, and in case it does get damaged through shipping, we're really good at resolving any issues for you guys. So I would love for you guys to check out the website and the Instagram. I know I talked your ears out about Linked, but I'm so excited to finally be able to share with you guys and to finally show you guys what I have been working on for so many months now, and I love the way that it came out. I will leave all the info to Linked down below. Our Instagram is at shoplinked, and our website is shoplinked.com. If you guys have any questions, we're always in the DMs. You can also email us. If you have any questions about sizing, we have a bunch of size guides on our website and our Instagram. And if you want to learn more about the materials, just in case you want to shop here or you want to shop in other websites, but just shop more consciously for gold jewelry, then you can check out our About Us page. It has a materials section where you can learn all about the different carats of gold and the different materials that many brands use. And that way you don't spend hundreds of dollars on things that aren't actually worth it, and you're going to end up tossing out in a few wears. So because I figured some of you guys don't have Instagram or are not following me on Instagram, I will do a little sneak peek of our collection here. That way you guys can get an idea. I'll also post some pictures of our collection of my favorite pieces. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited for you guys to finally check it out. And I will also link all of the pieces that I am wearing today, which is literally linked from head to toe. So make sure to check it out and stay tuned for some sneak peeks.